What is up, everybody? You're very welcome along to what could be the late night agenda, but it's actually going to be Let's Bully Chris for an hour. We've decided that's what it's going to be, haven't we, lads?
I'm all on board that train. Choo choo.
Listen. Whenever I'm with you two, I know that that's going to happen anyway. Whether it be about Irish culture or my knowledge of lyrics of songs, that always happens.
Yeah, we've a lot to get through tonight, gents. I mean, there'll be people who want to take my head off because of the stream title. And let me just immediately pass the blame on to Connor for that one. Because I said to him, mate, don't hang me out to dry. We know that this Haaland stuff, it's unlikely. And here he is, tick, 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 bang. And then I'm getting grief in the comments. But look, before we get stuck into it, before we look ahead to tomorrow night, before we absolutely annihilate Christoph, let's look at the sponsor for tonight, manscaped.com. Look, it's probably too late for Christmas to put an order in now, but if you're like me and you've got loved ones who have birthdays in January, I think my son's probably a little bit too young for Manscaped products, but they do not have a cologne, by the way, gents. They have a cologne.
I have it. It's fucking beautiful. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Look at this, Paddy, all the products here. Look at this.
It's actually really nice. It's like really good. Even my mother remarked on how nice it was. And when an Irish mother gives the seal of approval to an aftershave or a cologne, it's the dog's bollocks. And speaking of bollocks, shave them. Craig will tell you how.
You get 20% off and free shipping with our discount code WFM20. You can get ball deodorant, ball toner, lawnmower 4.0, weed whacker. You now get cologne. You can get 2-in-1 body wash infused with sea salt and aloe vera. Hell, you can get shampoo and conditioner. Paddy loves a bit of ball deodorant, don't you, Paddy? Or is it the toner you like?
Oh, I love both of them, but the toner just gives that nice little spritz. I tell you, c'est magnifique.
Oh, confirmed. Paddy has saggy old man balls. Confirmed.
No comment. No matter what sort of balls I have, they're shaved perfectly thanks to Manscaped. That's for sure.
Chris, we're gonna start the stream by just pushing aside the Liverpool content for a minute. I'm watching the eyes, mate. There's no cheating going on here. Now I've got the lyrics in front of me. The Fairy Tale of New York. And I don't care if you're 15, 40, 50, or 27. Everybody at this point should know this song, whether they do it subconsciously or not. You should know it. So, Chris, let's get cracking, my man. Now, look at the camera. No wandering, no eyes off towards screenshots. I'm imagining he has a big wall.
Mate, I've got a lazy eye. He's gonna go.
You ready? Look at his cheating already, Paddy. Look, he's cheating. Right, Chris, go.
Mate. Well, I know like the first few lyrics and the chorus. Okay, is that enough?
No. Well, let's hear it.
Let's have a bash here. Let's see how far we can get into it.
Do you want me to actually sing it? I can sing it. I can sing it if you want. I'm fully here.
Of course. Pretend you're busking on Grafton Street here. Come on.
And we're coming to the stage now. We have Chris Stonadge performing Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues. Take it away, Chris.
Right. Can I just do the first two lyrics here? It's Christmas Eve, babe.
Go on already.
In the drunk tank.
Go on.
Well, yeah, that's all I've got. And then I got the chorus. I can do the chorus.
No. Hang on. No.
What was your promise, Chris?
I tried.
Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said, son, I won't see another one. Come on.
Where Mountain Dew.
Do you know what? Should we let him have the lyrics and just perform the whole thing as his punishment?
I can perform the whole song if you want me to do that.
As your punishment, I really feel like Paddy's not right here. We should have to hear you sing the whole thing with the lyrics, just as your punishment.
All right, that's fine. I'm more than willing to do this, right? I'm a man who has done more embarrassing things in my life than this. I can do this in front of hundreds of people. It's great. Okay. Right. Do I have to start from the beginning again?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't actually know, like, the syllability of it either, so you have to excuse me some of the... It's Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old Mountain Dew. Oh, Mountain Dew, that's sound. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one. Came in 18-1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas. I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true. Isn't this where the music comes in? Isn't this where the music comes in?
They got cars, big as bars. They got rivers.
They got rivers.
When it flows right through you, there's a place for the old.
When they first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me.
There are leprechauns singing this.
Queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they howled out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on a corner and they danced through the night. The boys of the choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. Thank you.
Well done, Chris. Well done. I mean,
do I have to sing the rest of it?
no, God, no, Jesus, no. No. Yeah, no.
Without the leprechaun accent, it could have been slightly a bit better, but considering.
Yeah, I don't know why he became more leprechaun as you went on.
I'm pretty sure Shane McGowan himself has an English accent, so that's kind of funny.
You told me to get into it, and that's how it is. All right. Thank you.
And maybe just don't do that again. But
yeah,
I won't. I'll never do it again.
Ironically, your punishment turned out to be a punishment for us and everyone else in the chat, so
that is true.
Now maybe you fuckers will appreciate my singing. You know what I mean? Maybe
my dog just left home. He's gone, not coming back.
All right. Anyway, for some football news, gents, for a little bit of football talk. I mean, we'll start off with a bit of good news. So far, so good with regards to no more positive COVID cases for the club that we've heard of. Pep Lindner speaking today. But Chris, just when you think you're getting off the hook a little bit there, Connor's hooking us all out to dry with the stream title. Liverpool Haaland favourites. I mean, this is where your knowledge actually comes in handy, Chris. So fill the audience in about this, because I'm just refuse to acknowledge it.
Connor has not hung you out to dry, because this has come from actually a semi-reliable source. Because Sky Germany, forgive my pronunciation, Mark Bayrenbeck has said that Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain are two potential buyers for Erling Haaland. Liverpool obviously want a new striker, and PSG and Real Madrid do not want him because PSG are focused on selling Mbappe to them. So it could happen. Liverpool are one of the two that it could happen to, but I'm fully thinking it will be PSG.
But would he go to PSG? Like, realistically, is that because he strikes me as somebody who isn't all about the money? You know, he strikes me as somebody who actually cares about his football career and knows, that he's destined for great things. And I mean, I don't know. I might be different on this, Paddy, but I never see a step to PSG as a step up in anybody's career.
No, not at all. But where's Man City in all this? He is destined for Man City. I don't know why they're not being mentioned. They need a striker. He grew up as a Man City fan. His dad played for them. He's going to play for Man City. There is not a chance in hell he will ever don a Liverpool shirt, purely for a simple reason, as no matter what this rumour of Salah is demanding, Liverpool will not pay the wages he demands. He's going to cost 75 million, which at a price for him is like cheap. Therefore, the signing on bonus and the agent fees will be astronomical, and the wages will be through the roof. And Liverpool won't pay them. It's as simple as that. No matter how much we'd like to believe it and how much I'd love Haaland, it's not going to happen. He's going to Man City. Why aren't Man City being mentioned? He's destined for Man City.
I agree. I think everything about this deal just edges towards City, because if City were going to hang off and look at the Kane situation, they'll probably go, yeah, no, we're all right at the minute. If we're going to be spending that amount of money, it makes a lot of sense. Now, look, I know that Guardiola had a run-in with Raiola over the Zlatan Ibrahimovic time at Barcelona and stuff like that, but for me, I'm with Paddy on this one, Chris. I mean, I don't see how or why we're realistically being linked with him. I can't see any way Erling Haaland ends up at Liverpool. Not due to his lack of quality, obviously, because he's by far good enough. But yeah, we ain't giving Mina Raiola 40 million quid.
Look,
no, not at all.
It's a weird one. It really is. I don't actually think. A part of me thinks he'll end up at City. The other part of me thinks, City. If Liverpool are in the conversation, then why shouldn't we be going for Erling Haaland? We are one of the best clubs in the world. However, with our owners, we all know that that's not the way we work. And you know what? And I think, not going to lie, he would fit perfectly into our system as well, which really annoys me. But yeah, it's a shame.
But he will be City bound. I hope he goes to PSG over Man City.
Absolutely, yeah. He won't. He has that drive. He has that mentality. He's at Dortmund right now, and unfortunately for him, apart from the DFB Pokal last year, he's not won much. His next move now is going to be a place where he's going to clean up everywhere. And unfortunately, it pains me to say, City is just the perfect destination for him. They're already dominating English football. Let's be honest here. Apart from the title we won, and us pushing them close. But I think they need a striker, and Kane. Even City aren't going to be stupid enough to go back there. I don't think. I think it's just made, and they have the money to throw whatever at Mino Raiola. They will not bat an eyelid. In City's owners' eyes, they do it right. They're going to be like, we have the money. What do we need? A striker. Who's one of the best in the world? Him. Mbappe's gone. Haaland is there's no one else but Haaland for them. I think it's, yeah.
I think we could join these dots a little bit by perhaps speaking about the Ferran Torres situation at Manchester City. It looks like, there's been some talk, Chris, of him maybe off to Barcelona.
Yeah, it's a really strange deal because Xavi obviously wants to bring in players who are with the Barcelona identity. I guess Ferran Torres would be one. He is the only recognised striker at Manchester City, apart from maybe Jesus, but he's playing on the wing. Look, it makes sense for all parties, really. And if he goes there and then someone else goes there, it all makes sense. And then Haaland goes into City. It fits like a jigsaw puzzle. I don't think Liverpool come into that equation.
I'm just looking through something from earlier on. So Paddy touched on this Sky Germany thing said Mohamed Salah demands Liverpool bring in a new striker as part of his contract negotiations. Now, firstly, I don't like the idea of Salah, or like the idea of Salah being pictured as demanding anything. He's not that type of person. But I'm sure the idea of bringing in another player, or the succession, or the next group of players coming through, will be on Salah's mind. So with that in mind, gents, I hope it is true. I do hope that Mohamed Salah is trying to urge the club to bring in another forward, because we could do it one. Now, realistically, who might that be? Rafinha probably odds-on favourite, I'd say. But if we're looking at a striker, if we're sticking to that one word, a striker, I don't know. Any suggestions?
Well, on the Salah thing about demanding, I think Salah signs the new deal no matter what. I think it's the club themselves. It's John W. Henry and the owners stalling that. I think he wants to stay. He said he wants to finish his career here. And I think he's just suggesting, and he's right. For me, I want Liverpool to sign a ready-made world-class player rather than like Rafinha. He's a good player, but he's one of those where it's a view to Klopp getting him better. I just for once want to sign someone who's just already that guy, that proven quality, and that is hard to come by, as you said. And honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think of one. Honestly, Mbappe, Haaland. We're not going to pay that money.
We won't. I'd say. I don't know. Yeah, go on.
Ask you about the genuine question. If Mino Raiola wasn't Erling Haaland's agent, do you think we'd be in for him right now with that release clause and the way he currently sits in world football? Do you think it's because if it's just the agent, then we're being a bit shitty. The club are being a bit pedantic if it's just over Mino Raiola. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because whatever I say, I always have that Melissa Reddy quote at the back of my head, Chris, where she speaks about Liverpool being willing to dig deep for generational talent. I've never been able to lose track of that in my mind, but I'm always trying to wonder who that generational talent is.
There also is a quote by, I hate to throw people under the bus for their quotes because, situations change, but I think Fabrizio Romano, one of the most, reputable journalists in the world, said Liverpool will sign another player last summer, and it didn't happen.
He's a tapping version, man.
I don't, but no, I see what you mean, Craig. I do. I'm not sure Haaland's the man though, because I think, however much you will love me for saying this, I think there is one man who Liverpool will be willing to fork out that big money for, and Train is coming out, choo, because that is the position.
I'm on board. Yeah, sign me up.
that is the position where I think we value it the most. Going into the future, you can afford to have a 20-goal a season striker over a 40-goal a season striker if you have a strong midfield, and having a Jude Bellingham would be insane. And I think he would be the only one, in my humble opinion, that people.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm about to contradict myself so much. But often I think about things and I reflect on conversations that we all have, and I've got to say, I think it might have been Paddy who mentioned this, but I'd leave him at Dortmund for another 18 months. I would. I'd leave him.
But that's the danger with that, Craig, though, is he keeps being as good as we think he is, and his price could double with the different, football inflation is crazy. I think we know how good he is. You just get him now while you can get him for not going to be cheap. I think 100 million has been a muted fee. But if you keep him there for 18 months, his price could double, and then there's no chance.
I don't know. I just think it'll be very hard for Dortmund to get their fans to swallow a summer where they lose Haaland and Bellingham.
They're used to it though. They're proverbial swallowers. They love swallowing Bayern. That's all the Bundesliga is. Them swallowing Bayern year in, year out.
We haven't thought about maybe Bayern as a potential destination for Haaland.
No, he surely has more ambition than that, man. He wants to go to England. He
surely has more ambition than winning the European Cup and the German title every season.
How old's Lewandowski now? How old's Lewandowski?
73.
33, I think. 33 or 34.
Yeah. He could be primed in 2 years' time to take over from him. And
Haaland, he's said how much he wants to go to the Premier League. I think now is the best time for him. I just think, as I said it before on here, I just think he'd score wherever he goes. I've always compared him and Mbappe, and who I'd prefer. I used to say Mbappe, but now it's Haaland, because for me, I think Haaland is more. I think there's less chance of him flopping than Mbappe. I think Haaland won't flop no matter where he goes. I think he's just going to score goals no matter where he goes. Whereas Mbappe could potentially flop somewhere. I don't think he will, but more potential than Haaland,
Chris, are you laughing at the same comment as me? Liz is one.
Yeah. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, we have to bring that up on screen. Hang on.
Sevilla 1-0.
There you go, Paddy. We need a T-shirt with that one on it now. That's merchable. That's what that is.
Dortmund summed up.
Everyone or was it proverbial?
Use code proverbial swallow. You get 20.
We love this.
Use
I want to
code
something else
proverbial
before we
swallows to get 20% off at Manscaped.
The transfer gossip, gents. I want to talk about. Let's keep a transfer for a second, because I want to just bring you both on a little journey to an area I like to call Bullshit Island. And the ever-reliable informants of Bullshit Island stuff, Mundo Deportivo, have come out in force yet again to say Liverpool are being linked with a reunion for Felipe Coutinho. Just fuck off, please. Just stop. He's shite. He's shit. I'm sorry. I'm very upset about this, gents. I'm very upset.
Dare I say I would love Coutinho back just for the culture.
Have you watched them?
I don't. Yeah, but I know he'd come good again. He's not right. It's not. I just think he's not. You just lose
good.
that.
I would take him though. I'd 100% take him.
Yeah.
Oh, you
for the vibes.
Oh,
for the vibes.
Yeah. Craig, come on. There's unfinished business there with Coutinho, man. Oh yeah. Who would you rather on the roster, Coutinho or fucking Oxlade-Chamberlain? I know who I'm taking.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Are you fucked in the head? Are you okay? No.
Oxlade-Chamberlain every day of the week.
What?
Yeah.
Get out. Leave. That statement should be illegal. Are you crazy?
Oxlade-Chamberlain. Because I don't like the little shit feigning back injuries and trying to separate their squad.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Park that.
I can't,
player, man. You're telling me with a straight face you're going to pick Oxlade-Chamberlain over Felipe Coutinho?
Yes.
Lads, I'm in the wrong.
I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying I'd rather him at the club.
Well, that's a poor decision.
And I genuinely think he's better now. So
no, relax now, Chris. Relax.
Chris. Right, you're living in 2017. You're just thinking of that Man City shot over and over. When you think of Ox, you see that long shot get overplayed and played. He's had about 2 different knees since then. He's not the same guy.
He is, man.
I'd love Coutinho back for the crack, man. I'd love it. I know it's never going to happen because Klopp he's a man of principle, but he's the little magician, man. I did love him.
He went behind Kloppo's back, tried to get senior players at the club to help force through a move for him to Barcelona. And he got his move. He got his dream move. And he shit the bed.
Yeah. But Coutinho, though.
It's funny. It is funny. And I mean, it's weird. It shows, like, how much, Wijnaldum's another one. He's left and it's gone to shit for him. And it's a little bit different because Wijnaldum did give everything for the club. I don't think Coutinho did in his last few weeks. I think in his last half season he did, but not in his last few weeks. So I think players take a second look. And I think that's why Salah's probably really keen to get his contract done, because you probably take a second look at other players you've left and think, actually, am I better off leaving, or can I get my statue built?
You know where I am though with the Coutinho situation. I've kind of always been this way. Klopp wouldn't sign Felipe Coutinho. He was here when Klopp arrived, and he was a good asset. He was good to use. Would never sign him. He's not the type of player that Klopp would bring in.
And on principle as well.
So.
And on principle though as well, because of that whole statue quote as well. I just don't think he would do it.
Yeah, I think that's why it would never happen. But for me, if you're talking like a free transfer, I'd absolutely have him back as part of the squad, especially over someone like Oxlade, fucking Chamberlain. Imagine making come back.
Make the most cringeworthy, soul-destroying, confidence smashing fucking apology video though. I would.
Yeah, exactly. But think about this: you get him back on a free, right? He's not by nowhere near the starting 11. You stick him on the bench. You stick him in the under 23s. You make him. He will come back with such a hunger to get his career back. Imagine having that animal on the bench to come on against a low block that we're struggling to break down. I think from a football thing, I think it'd be unbelievable. But it never happened. I'd love it though.
I just end up getting frustrated.
Fox over Coutinho, I'll never get over that comment. That's insane. Well, I can't believe you said that.
That's because I have admiration and respect for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I don't have any.
I respect him for tapping Pierre Edwards, whatever the fuck her name is. But from a football point of view, he can fucking fuck off.
Mate, I've not been watching him this season.
I don't like him.
Paddy,
he's a nearly man. He's a nearly man.
Remove the agenda, Paddy. I'll remove my agenda. I'll remove my agenda. You remove yours. He's actually been semi-decent this season.
Yeah. Semi-decent is not Liverpool quality, and he should never start.
As a squad member,
have you watched Coutinho? He's not even getting a start for Barca a lot of the time.
And Barcelona,
yeah, I know, I get that, I know, but I just know he'd
and if ever there was a manager who would appreciate what Felipe Coutinho could bring to a team, it should be Xavi. So if he's not looking at him and thinking this guy could do a job, then I just say we move on. I want to just go to the AFCON for a second, gents, because an article came out in the Mirror that said Liverpool are among a host of Premier League clubs pushing for AFCON crisis talks, according to a recent report. So Naby Keita is another one, along with Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, who could potentially be off for the tournament that is still going ahead as things currently sit. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? There was a video that came out in that Cameroonian president, wasn't it? There was like, we're so proud to be hosting this AFCON. No one knows when people are leaving, what's happening, what games are going on.
It's chaotic.
It's so strange. It's so weird. I've not experienced anything like this in football. It's such a massive tournament, and yet it's still not being given the sort of coverage or the organisation that it deserves. It's so weird.
I think though, while England aren't taking any further measures, the English clubs' hands are tied. They can't just turn around to the AFCON and be like, we're not releasing them. If the UK government themselves are not going to impose certain restrictions, Wales have done it, Scotland have done it. If England and Boris and the boys don't start doing their own restrictions, they can't. What that's double standards. I guess what you mean, so they're going to say, oh yeah, we're fine to go here, but no, we're not. They can't go over to Africa. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm
in a position now where I would accept that they didn't go, even if they couldn't play for us, during the period the tournament's on, because I just think it's madness right now. And I promise you, if this was the Copa America or the Euros or any other, I'd say the same thing. It is just ridiculous right now to be sending people around the world when we've had a week of record. Was it 90 positive cases over the last week or something in the Premier League? 90. That is
especially
that's worrying.
Yeah, England, they're breaking the record every single day. It's even irresponsible from for the African clubs, for the African nation to expect them to come out. It's irresponsible in their company. You know what I mean? And you can bet your bottom dollar, knowing Liverpool's look, every single Liverpool affiliated player would get COVID, and then you load of bollocks. There's been even talk, Chris, of it maybe at one point be moved to Doha,
which is where
Qatar,
I think.
Yeah.
That's not even in Africa though. So
yeah, I know.
What? That's ridiculous. Nah.
Qatar and Saudi Arabia are hosting everything these days anyway, so let it happen. Go on.
It's just ridiculous. Just postpone it. Postpone it.
Yeah. Why is it during the season anyway? Well, it's usually to the climate, obviously.
They changed it because of the rainy season or something like that, I believe. Could be wrong on that one. The fact that it's even we don't even know when they're going. Like, let's start with this. We don't even know when we're going to lose Salah, Mane, and Naby. We don't know yet. Like, there's rough dates. I don't know. How can anybody plan for anything at the minute when you're a manager? You've already got the headache of not knowing who you're going to have available at any single day. Then you've got to worry about these guys, their families, and their health, of course, as well. And you try to protect them as best you can inside a Premier League bubble where there is a lot of money, a lot of doctors, a lot of medical experts. And with all due respect to any national association, maybe outside of some of the bigger ones like Germany and England, I mean, the funding just probably isn't there. We've already heard reports before, Chris, about security not being enough to protect Mohamed Salah in a hotel before, like during good times.
Exactly.
I don't get this. I just don't get how this is still an issue, how it's not being pushed back. If it can be played in the summer, if there's any way that can be done, surely it has to be then. At least.
But then if you think about that, though, Craig, if you think about that, then they've got the summer the summer tournament, and then they've got the World Cup in the winter. I don't know. There'll be no rest. There'll be no rest for these lads. They're not even gonna
like. Unfortunately, like, this might be a depressing statement, but I feel like this sort of shit every Christmas is gonna. I think it's just here now. It's just a part of life now. As grim as that
is a respiratory illness, and it is winter when these type of things would be at their peak anyway. I don't know. A bit of good news, by the way, today. Harvey Blair signed a professional contract with the club, which is great. Oh, well, he signed his first professional deal in 2020, but he signed a new deal with the club. So exciting times for young Harvey Blair, Chris. And again, a little bit of good news for the club.
Yeah, very exciting little player, Harvey Blair. Obviously, he didn't look his best in the League Cup game that he played. Looked a little bit like a lost puppy in the headlights, but no, he's a really, really talented young player. Anyone who watches the academy knows, what he can provide. And yeah, he's gonna hopefully be an asset in the future. That'd be great.
What are we thinking tomorrow night, gents? I mean, as we currently say here, we're going to be in the build-up show, the team news announcement show tomorrow, which will be on YouTube, but the watch-along will be on Twitch. So what are we thinking tomorrow team-wise? How strong will Kloppo go, and what type of team will Rodgers be able to put out? Because, they've had their own issues regarding illnesses and COVID as well. So, I mean, I'd say it's more of a priority probably, Paddy, for Rodgers this than it would be for Klopp.
Yeah, I think especially with the comments of Klopp with the whole fixture congestion, I reckon we're seeing second string XI tomorrow. I reckon it's going to be fully. It's going to be like almost a protest thing, I'd imagine, for Klopp. We're going to see Origi, we're going to see Minamino, we're going to see everyone.
But
no,
he's injured.
Origi's injured.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I mean, maybe bring him out for the crack.
I've never seen somebody look so fucking happy to hear somebody's injured. The big dirty grin across his face.
No, I want to see Origi. That wasn't genuine. I want to see Origi playing. I like Origi. He's been great this season. Origi's been really good.
He has been very good. He has been very good. Yeah. I do think we will see.
Oh, he has, definitely. Yeah.
As for Leicester, I couldn't fucking tell you.
I've had a look online. I can't find any record of their COVID cases, but I probably haven't looked hard enough. So, I think we'll see the full shebang. But then we've also seen Matip and Kanate apparently have been said to going to be started according to the Echo. I know they're not the most reliable thing anymore. But
they can't even get a fucking website that loads up on a phone properly, by the way.
No, I know. And it would shock me incredibly if Joe Gomez didn't start tomorrow. It would be ridiculous. I mean, probably would be captain as well. I think we'll see Kate
Real Madrid, Chris, this week.
Yeah, that's Daily Mail, though, Craig. That's Daily Mail. That belongs on Bullshit Island. I'll tell you that right now.
Mundo Deportivo will plant the Daily Mail.
I'd say it's even more unreliable than Mundo Deportivo. It's the Daily Mail. Nah. But yeah, he definitely has to play Gomez if possible. Nico Williams, Ox might play, which is going to be great. Costas has to play because Robbo's suspended. Hopefully we see Queevy and Kelleher as well. Look, I'm not asked. I want us to win, but I don't really care.
I want it bad, lads. I'm not even I want it bad now.
Agreed.
I just want it. I want to win this tournament.
Yeah, after the chat me, you and James had especially, I really do want to win it just for the sake of it. Because to be honest with you, I want to win a trophy for the fans while we can because it's not looking good. And I know, then again, we'll see what happens. I just want to, the fans, the proper match day going scouts who go all the time, they missed out on seeing the parade in the flesh and seeing the trophy in the flesh They deserve it. We deserve it too, but obviously we're not all going to be able to go. But they deserve. Liverpool fans deserve.
Congratulations, Lord Jake, on becoming a peer. Well done, mate. Welcome to the family. Right, so one more thing I want to talk about, actually. So I always get emails, and just to give you a little sample of how much we get robbed to go and see football. So got a little email today from a company who I've went with before to games, Marathon Sports Travel. So let's play a game of how much can we fleece Liverpool fans in Ireland. So coach ferry, 1 night's accommodation and a match ticket, gents. So you know what it's like, Paddy. Have you ever gone on the ferry?
Yes.
It's a ball lake. 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Both ways. Yeah. 3.5 hours?
Yeah. 3.5 hours on the ferry to Holyhead.
It's closer to go to France.
That's what it is, mate. 3.5 hours to Holyhead. Then you get the coach. Then you stay in a fairly cheap hotel and come back. How much do we think for 1 night's accommodation?
What game?
The Champions League game against Inter Milan.
They're probably 500. Fuck off.
Really? Mate,
wow.
€699.
Excuse me? For the second leg against Inter Milan?
And €99.
Can I counter that with a better deal from people I use, not sponsored?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ticketsdirect.ie I use for Ireland. It's a hospitality match ticket. It doesn't include, to be fair, it doesn't include the travel, but just for the match. Oh, I suppose it's kind of shit then. For $450.
Well, there's another one here. So they also do a ticket and hotel deal where there's no travel. So you've got to make your own way over, own way everywhere. So basically, we've all stayed in hotels in Liverpool. If you're sharing with somebody, which is what this price is based on, 50 quid each max for a hotel, probably, if you're staying at a Premier Inn so 100 quid a room, let's say. They're charging €550 for a match ticket and a hotel room.
I reckon you'd be better off flying over, surely.
By the way, can I just say, Sammy, not €99, Samsy, €699 was what Craig said.
699, mate. 699.
That is disgraceful.
You could get yourselves a week in Florida for that.
So the problem is, though, the availability just isn't there, and you kind of sometimes are forced to go with them big boys. It's tough. It's unless you have proper connections, and even if you do, it's tough.
Let me just say, they're affiliated to the club. They're an official partner, I believe, of Liverpool Football Club for travel as well. So, this is where we're at now. So those that sit at home and say to us, when to go to games, sitting on the sofa, comment on the games, that's why. Because unless we know somebody who can sort us out with a ticket at a reasonable value, that's what we're being asked to pay, to go over and watch Liverpool Football Club. So if you want to go with, let's say, your son or your girlfriend or your wife or your brother, you're talking about, 1,400 quid there for two people to go watch a game of football for 1 day.
Mad, it's tough. It's tough, really is tough. Do you mind if I shoot to the bathroom for no less than 20 seconds? No more.
You work away, Paddy. You work away, my man.
I've had a lot of water. Apologies.
Chris, get the stopwatch ready.
All
right. I'm on it.
So now, just hope that gives people a little flavour of what us travelling fans are being asked to pay by these robbing bastards. And so, there you go. So, really. Sammy says €99 fuck all. Yes, mate. It would be if it wasn't €699, mate.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I never even really thought it would be that much to get a ferry over, really, because obviously Liverpool's close to Ireland, so it's weird.
It's not. The ferry isn't expensive. It's not expensive. You can get a ferry and train ticket for, I think it's 79 quid. So you can get a return ferry and train from Holyhead up to Liverpool for, I think, about 79 quid, if my memory's right, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So I'm going over in January, and I booked flights with my mates. I think the flights cost us 120 quid return. We're staying in the Hilton for 2 nights, in not a normal room either. We upgraded it to an executive room. So, and the match ticket, and it all cost, my share of that was 420 quid.
Which is still expensive.
2 nights in the Hilton, a match ticket, and we paid a premium.
2 nights in the Hilton,
a match ticket and return flights. Yeah, I'm sound with that.
That's
that's if you can find somebody to help you get a ticket. You know, if you can't find somebody to help you get a ticket, then this is what you're left to do. So, yeah, I mean, let's have a little look into the future, gents. What's the prediction for tomorrow night? Because I reckon we win no matter what we put out. Even if it's the youth, I reckon we win tomorrow because it's at Anfield.
Hope so. I really hope so. I think the Anfield crowd will help it. Depending on if it's on, of course, it would be a little bit crazy to call it off now. But yeah, I think we beat Everton's full strength team with our kids. I think we can beat a half strength Leicester with our half strength team. We'll still see. I still think we'll see the likes of Bobby Firmino, maybe Naby Keita, maybe Ox. We'll be fine. We'll win 2 or 3-1.
Yeah, I'm thinking we win as well tomorrow. And then the semis. Are we all of the same mindset, by the way, that we're on board with the semis being reduced to a one-off tie?
I never understood that being two-legged ever. Like, what you mean? It's not like it's a prestigious tournament. No offense. It's not like it's, Champions League, fair enough, double legs. And the FA Cup isn't even 2 legs, is it? No.
Nope.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why is the League Cup 2 legs?
Still shouldn't be at Wembley, mind. Still shouldn't be at Wembley. That's an FA Cup semi-final. What a little rubbish that is.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Wait, is the League Cup semi-finals no, they're just home grounds, aren't they? Yeah. No, they should be one-legged completely forever. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I think they should be one-legged. And look, if they need to make them in a neutral stadium, so be it. But it should be one-legged.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree on that one. So Manchester City, gents, they're not too bad, are they? It's a bit daunting, I won't lie. I mean, I'm trying to find a way to talk myself into Liverpool being able to keep pace over this festive period. But, all I can resign myself to, Paddy, is the fact that their fixtures get a little bit trickier now, Manchester City.
I think we, especially in the Klopp era, we're used to this. Man City always have that tendency to get into the groove. They may have the couple of turbulent games, but once they get into that groove, by God, do they get into that groove. And they're just a well-oiled machine, and they seem unstoppable. But yeah, no, they have some difficult games coming up. But listen, all Liverpool can do is keep winning, or keep getting shafted by Paul Tierney, which has potential to happen against Chelsea. But, there's no point in dwelling over City. We just have to focus on Liverpool's own fixtures and just hope they keep winning. And worst case scenario, City won't win the Champions League, so we can always win that.
Oh, we're winning the Champions League, Paddy. You can take that to the bank. It's happening.
Bosh.
I'm going to die on this island, Chris. We're winning the Champions League this year. I'm all for it.
I certainly hope so. It'd be fantastic if we did. Why can't we go on and win them both? Why not? And the League Cup.
I asked James and Steve this last night, and I'll ask you guys as well. If we don't finish this season with a trophy, is it a failure?
Yeah. But I also think just the League Cup or just an FA Cup is also a failure.
I'd say so, for the way that Liverpool Football Club has prided itself. But some of our best seasons in recent years have ended without trophies. And we still look back on them with fond memories. In terms of the way that this squad has turned out, it would be a massive failure. We've got the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion, the best right back in the world, the best centre back in the world, the best left back in the world, the best midfielder, the defensive midfielder in the world, and the best right winger in the world. If we're not challenging for every front, it's a failure for me. I mean,
sorry.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, look, if we're not challenging, it's a failure. If we get to the League Cup final and get stiffed, if we come second by 1 point and get 90 odd points and finish runners up in the Champions League, I don't think you can call that a failure because we got so close. It's just really frustrating.
I won't lie, Chris. If we do that, if we get to that point, I'm fully fucking hating FSG at that point. I'm literally blaming them on everything. If we get on lack of squad depth and not backing the manager, if we get that close and losing out, I'll just have my fuck FSG hat on again. I won't lie.
To be honest, lads, I think as Liverpool Football Club, if you don't win one of the big two, it should be automatically a failure of a season. I think it's as simple as that.
But then you got to
especially in this era, boy. We can't let Klopp come and leave this club having only won one of each. I've said it before on the show. We need to be there needs to be more, and if you don't win one of them, I think it's a failure. If we win a League Cup and an FA Cup, I'm still going to be like, you know what I mean? The Champions League and the Champions League and the Premier League is what wets my whistle, and that's what I.
I tell you why I want a League Cup or an FA Cup, and would I view it as a failure? I'd be a little bit disappointed. I would like, if we won a League Cup and then win that now, to be a little bit disappointed with the overall colours of the season. But I do want, the thing I fear most is looking back on Klopp's time and the what if conversation in 2024. That's what I fear most. So every trophy he can put in the bank now, I want him to go for. I do. Because
I
it's
agree.
a trophy today out at Wembley for the fans. It'll be another celebration for those players who didn't get to celebrate when we won the Premier League title properly with the fans. So, yeah, I badly want trophies this season. Badly.
What? I 100% agree with everything that you two have said, especially about this era, but you have to maintain a little bit because in our 130-year history, we've only won the league 19 times. In our 130-year history, we've only won the Champions League 7 times. 6 times, sorry, 7 times at the end of this season.
We should probably point out that the Champions League or the European Cup wasn't in existence at all of those times.
But 60 years then, for example, 1958 was it the first one, something like that.
Well, I don't count the first few because Real Madrid were basically.
But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's mandatory. I think that's a little bit harsh. I think if we're in and amongst the conversation, that's where we need to be to make sure that we're maintaining the progress, that we go and do win things. I think having the single mindset that you have to win it every year is quite closed because I don't think it's possible.
I think I know what you're saying in a general sense, but I'm talking specifically with the predicament we find ourselves in with having, as you said, the best such and such, the best manager. Joe, in that predicament, to let those years go by and have only won one of each will ultimately we look back as a failure. Like don't get me wrong, we were that season with the 1 point. We were at John Stone's goal line clearance away from invincible Centurions. So let's not forget how close that was. But it's just the way it is. Like in general, yes, of course, you can't expect to win every year, especially in the years of upcoming when hopefully Jared comes in and stuff. But under Klopp right now, we are as good as we're going to be for a while, and we need to strike while the iron's hot, as they say.
I was watching the darts actually earlier, Paddy, and mentioning Gerrard. It must have been Chelsea fans, but they were singing the Stephen Gerrard song about him slipping in Demba at the darts. All these years later.
I know, it's embarrassing.
By the way, Alfie, you've got a great surname.
Where is it?
There's no way there's another Stonadge.
Oh, Chamberlain. It's Chamberlain. Chris, have you got any little tidbits for us transfer-wise? Because I know you guys at LFC transfer room defo have your finger on the pulse.
Yeah, well, we got a couple of things. I mean,
and a great article out lately as well, by the way. Great writing by Chris. Well done, play. We haven't spoke to you since it came out, so go on, give it a plug.
Yeah, definitely go and check out our interview with Craig and Connor, which went out on the LFC transfer room website the other day, which is cool, as well as the interview which on the YouTube channel. But in terms of transfers, one thing that came out, it's a bit of a retrospective one. Apparently, we agreed, and this is we agreed a £70 million deal for Federico Chiesa in 2020. This is before Juventus swooped in for their 2-year loan deal, which is. And he purely chose Juventus because he wanted to go to Juventus. But apparently, according to La Viola, which is a very, very important
Fiorentina page, isn't it?
Yeah, Fiorentina page. Yeah, that actually happened. So it would have been great to have Federico Chiesa in our team, but unfortunately, it didn't happen.
But is that move completely dead? Because I'm sure one of you gents were telling me about Fiorentina demanding that anybody interested in Chiesa deals with them. Directly go straight to them. None of this Juventus talk. Juventus aren't in a great spot at the minute.
Is he still not Juventus' player, or is he still on loan?
I'm pretty sure he's still on loan with a mandatory future fee, I think.
Mad one.
Which is quite frustrating.
Federico Chiesa, what a baller, man.
And while we're speaking about La Viola, Chris, there was loads of people earlier on in the chat that were speaking about Vlahovic again and Liverpool. And look, I've be honest and say I haven't watched a whole lot of them, but I think as a replacement for Harry Kane at Spurs, it seems far more likely to be or Newcastle have been linked with him. But I don't know, there's something about him that just concerns me, and I don't know what.
Yeah, it's a strange one because he's about to break, or he might have already broken. I haven't really kept up with it. The Serie A goal record for a calendar year, equaled it with Cristiano Ronaldo, which is unbelievable. But yeah. This is Izzy. Yeah, that's Izzy.
Yay!
Izzy, if you check out the first 2 or 3 minutes of the stream, that's where it is. But yeah, Vlahovic.
And singing we're stretching it using the word singing. By the way,
Right, can I just premise this by in my year 6 play, I had a solo. Can I just premise that? Can I just say that? You know,
Paddy
I
on mute.
I think Paddy muted.
Sorry, was I? My apologies.
Okay, what was this fantastic solo performance that you had?
It was in Robin Hood in my primary school play. So there you go. Shout out to
Maid
me.
Marian, I take it, yeah.
I was actually Alan Adale. I was fuming because I thought I was going to get Robin Hood, but they didn't actually let me have it, which because I was a bit of a performer, bit of an artiste. Didn't happen in the end.
You still are. You still are.
my teacher didn't like me.
Oh, mate, it's a long fall from grace, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
That's your next task. You need to learn grace. Don't just learn it. That's your next task.
What grace? What's that?
Just don't ask questions.
Okay, yeah, Vlahovic. Juventus are another club who want him, and Fiorentina have a good relationship with them now with selling players. So I think he might end up there, which is a little bit frustrating.
I want to just answer this. Of course, I'm distracted. Have you not seen this stream yet? We've started off with Chris Butcher and Fairy Tale of New York. Then we went absolutely sideways. I'm trying to have a bit of fun today. I'm trying to have a bit of fun and relax. It's Christmas week, so I'm just trying to enjoy myself. But I'm not distracted, no. I'm just struggling to think of how many ways we can shoehorn Haaland into a conversation again.
I love it.
It is what it is. I don't know. Lads, it's a hard life at the minute. Let me just say that. Every day you get up and you look at the fixtures and you just go, are we playing today or not? There's no certainties around at the minute. And it's tough. Is anybody else struggling with this? Like, I mean, if we go behind closed doors again, our football gets postponed.
I can't be arsed.
Fuck me, man. It's going to be bleak.
I'd rather postpone than play behind closed doors, genuinely. There's no point behind closed doors. It's absolutely shit.
It's going to happen, isn't it? Henry Winter came out and said that it's looking increasingly likely, and he's usually pretty reliable on that sort of thing. It's dire to watch. Like the one.
Honestly, this is going to sound bizarre. I don't kill me. If it does go behind closed doors and the season finishes behind closed doors, I don't want to win the Premier League because I can't take another one behind closed doors.
I don't
know how you feel about that. I don't want.
I get what you're saying.
That'd be so annoying.
I'll counter that for you, and let me see if I can tickle your balls a little bit, make you smile.
You can always do that. What?
Imagine equaling United's 20 in the same season. You whooped them 5-0 at their own gaff. I mean, that's got to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I had such a great party, even when like we were behind closed doors. Yes, it wasn't the same as what everyone like usually had, but it was still great. We still won the league. I'm sorry, even if we're on the sofa or in the street, it's still a Premier League title with no asterisk, 100%.
Well, that's what I mean by that is like, as I said, if it goes behind closed doors, I want the season. I don't want someone else winning.
It's not. There was a little bit left. A little bit.
I don't want someone else winning it. I know, but I'd rather like postpone than win it behind closed doors again. Honestly, I think that just be again. They'd be like, "Wow, really? What can we only fucking do this now?" Like, be so typical.
So, which one of our forwards is getting sold?
Probably
he plays as a false nine. Put him in.
Because I'm still in this world where we've not heard any peep of Salah or of Mane or Bobby getting contract renewals. Not a peep. And they're in the same position, same boat as Mo, all running down their contracts.
Arsenal won 5-1, by the way.
Oh, wow. I mean, to be fair, they were playing Sunderland. But no, it's a weird one, isn't it? We haven't had anything on Firmino and Mane. I think one of them gets one, but I think one of them might get sold. And it probably...
Mane.
Mane.
Please.
It probably is.
Sorry.
And he's probably a lot more sellable.
He's finished.
Sorry. I think Mane's playing well at the minute. I just don't think he's
scoring. On Sunday, Paddy. He was quality.
He was okay.
He was quality. He's not finished. He's not finished at all. And that's why he's a big sellable asset. I think he's a lot more sellable than Bobby.
I agree.
A lot more for...
I think Bobby's a bit more niche.
Yeah. 100%. I'd keep
him though.
But to us, which one would have a bigger impact to us if we lost them?
It depends on who you replace them with.
So
Well, let's
difficult.
go with the obvious replacement, let's say, of Doku. If we're looking really, a like for like type. Well, not like a promising potential like for like.
Well, then
Please.
Bobby's a bigger. If we replace him with Doku, then Bobby is a bigger miss.
But the only
Okay.
Bobby replacement I'm really thinking about is Chiesa. That's it.
See, I'm moving. I might get called out for this, right? But I did a top 5 strikers Liverpool should sign in a video for the LFC transfer room in the summer, and Ollie Watkins' stats are unbelievable.
I'm on board. I'm on board with Watkins
now
thing. And
all I'm
Darren
gonna say is-
Anthony, the Peterborough United chairman, again, Liverpool fan, spoke to him, same thing. He's on board.
He is such a hard worker. He's phenomenal. I love him. I'd 100% take him, and I think he fits that Bobby role more than anyone else at this current moment.
It's a very good show. It is it's again like Jared Bowen. It's not a sexy one, but if we're looking about the system, the structure, the way we play, yes, I agree, mate. I think look what Brentford have done unearthing forwards has been phenomenal. By the way, they replaced him with Ivan Toney, who went and smashed championship goal scoring record.
I don't think it's a like for like though. I don't think Watkins is nearly as skillful as Bobby is. Like I don't think.
Definitely not. No, definitely not. Yeah, Bobby
link up, of course, but I think Bobby has. Bobby is an anomaly almost. He's one of his own. He's like I don't think you can get a like for Bobby really.
Which is well then I suppose that plays back to what we started about. Is Mane the easier to replace? Which
we're not usually very utilizing Bobby right now.
Mane's amazing.
Yeah, Mane is, but we're not really utilizing Bobby 100. Like if Jota is like coming in, I like Bobby having Bobby off the bench as an option, and I like Bobby in certain games. I love Bobby, but I think with Mane, like we've seen how he can falter, and while he's coming in the back and be in good form, I think there's a case where you could try and cash in on him now and get the next one ready. If you know what I mean, get the heir to the Mane throne. Bring that in January. That's what I'm calling for. Bring him in, let him learn under Mane, and then get a few quid for Mane. Because at the end of the day, John W. Henry loves to fuck a few quid, and maybe he needs to recoup some before he buys again. So it's a difficult situation.
Few names that we haven't spoken about in a while. Are you guys okay to carry on maybe 5 more minutes over or whatever?
Absolutely.
Yeah, by the way, Craig, Dimitri Van den Berg was just knocked out of the World Championships.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Hemmel, the German.
Hey, there's a Herefordian playing in the World Championships, by the way.
Which is it?
Jim Williams.
Oh, no.
He lives in Shobden, which is in Herefordshire. Just that you know.
Yeah, nobody cares, mate.
Yeah, Van den Berg's gone. He was one of the faves.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what, man? I was nearly put a bet on him earlier on.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you would have been a very everyone in the chat would have seen Craig's mood just go from.
Oh, don't, mate. I was saying to you off camera, don't get me started. I'm on a roll in the wrong direction.
Thank God you didn't bet back Vandenberg then. There you go.
Well, let's go through a few. Let's have a bit of fun here for the last few minutes and play Fantasy Manager. So let's have a look at Florian Wirtz, a name who is doing well, Leverkusen. Neuhaus, another one I want to throw into the mix for a conversational point. Renato Sanchez, another name blast from the past that's been thrown around. Is there any, because Wirtz is doing a really good job at Leverkusen, taking over from Kai Havertz. And then you have Neuhaus, who we were really strongly linked with going back in the summer, but now everything went really cold again. And I haven't really seen anything confirm his move to Bayern Munich or anything, Chris.
Neuhaus, it's been really interesting because obviously Mönchengladbach have faltered a bit this season and he hasn't actually played every game. He's been a little bit in and out, which is, fair enough to the boss there. But look, I think he was one where a lot of his stats were alike to Gini and the way that Gini played with a little bit more forward play. Look, I personally don't think he'll come anywhere near Liverpool. Maybe Bayern Munich will go for him. Maybe it's now to step below and maybe it's Dortmund who will sign him because I don't think Borussia Mönchengladbach's gonna do very well at all this year.
Fernando, he's not. Sorry, mate. You pampered Madrid, spoiled bastards over there. I think everybody's going to you. You can have Mbappe, but you're not getting Haaland. So just shut up. Right, sorry. They're one particular set of football fans that I really do not like. Those spoiled petulant. I go back to when they signed Eden Hazard. They had signs up, and we want Mbappe. I have to sign €100 million forward, and they're still crying that they wanted Mbappe. They are the Neymar of fans. To me.
Booing Gareth Bale. Booing Ronaldo.
No, fair
Ridiculous.
play for Boongar, but fuck him for Kiev.
He's one hell of a golfer.
Yes,
Nah, yeah.
Wales.
No,
Wales
Boone
golfer Greg.
Ronaldo though, like, and gee, like what? No, Bale, yeah, obviously
It's
too.
weird,
But to ever boo Ronaldo is just they are dare I say a cancer to the football world.
They really are just spoiled brats. That's the only way I can describe
Or
them. Like
the vocal minority are, shall we say, or the vocal majority.
no, I'm going majority on this one, mate.
All of them.
They are. I don't like. I can't stand them. They're such entitled arseholes. The vast majority of them that I've come across on social
I mean,
media.
the whole club was born out of a dictatorship, so that tells you all you need to know, right?
Yeah, and they shouldn't have, but they shouldn't be allowed Michael Edwards. He's too good for them.
Yeah.
So if he goes over there, I'll be extremely
Not to
worried.
mention-
Any more transfer links we want to talk about?
Wait a second. I will see you right up with the LFC Transfer Twitter account, which is very, very close to 150,000 followers, by the way.
Do go give it a
Yeah.
follow. Brilliant Twitter account. Brilliant. One of the
Yeah.
best ones that there are regarding Liverpool stuff.
Hold on, there it is. I found the plug, Chris. There's the plug for you.
There it is. Absolutely. Still scrolling.
Speaking of plugs, my OnlyFans is on sale right now. You're welcome.
Is it? Oh, did you hear about what Marco Tardelli had to say about Liverpool?
I'm not going to stand for Tardelli slander. He was part of the Trapattoni Revolution for Ireland, but I didn't agree with his comments, of course.
Revolution.
Listen, Craig, we had some good times on the Trap and Tardelli. Like, come on now. It's a decent times, anyways.
I've never seen worse football played in Ireland than under him. Honestly, it was
Not when Mick
horrible.
McCarthy is manager, surely.
No,
He had some
I'd
good
say
times in the
McCarthy.
league.
I might say McCarthy had better players to manage, to be fair. During the first spell.
You mentioned earlier, Craig. I think that's one to cover is Joe Gomez to Real Madrid. I mean, to caveat from Real Madrid. How much do you think he would get football there? Because I don't really see it myself.
Well, they love an injured player in Real Madrid. They love signing injury-prone players. Look, I don't want Joe Gomez to leave. I don't. You know, I struggle to see him really forcing his way into a regular starting berth. And I know people disagree with me, but I think I've been very impressed with Canade as somebody who's still settling in. We love Matip. Matip's been phenomenal. Actually, let's play a game. And everybody in the chat, I want you to play as well. And the reason I'm going to bring this up is, so after we record the Monday night show, myself and James record some videos for an hour. So we do some debates and stuff like that we put out then during the week. But one of the ones we did last night was really interesting. It was rate Liverpool's top 5 performers so far this season from 1 to 5. So everybody, let's have a little. I won't tell you what myself and James, the conclusion we came to, because that video was going to come out. But I'll let you and Paddy and the chat have a little debate about this one. So you can go from 1 to 5, 1 being the best, 5 obviously being 5th place, or you can go 5 the way you want. But let's have this conversation because it was much tougher than you probably think on the face of it.
Salah's number 1.
I think I
Salah's number 1.
I think I have my 5.
I think I've got mine. I think
go?
so.
All right, will I say mine?
Go
on.
Number 1, Mohamed Salah. Number 2, Fabinho Henrique Tavares. Number 3, Thiago. Number 4, Joe Matip. And number 5, Van Dijk.
Ours was quite different from that. Same number 1. Same number 1. Nobody can argue about that, I don't think.
I've done Ali bad. I've done Ali. Oh my God, I forgot about Trent. Oh, yeah, that was a lot harder than
real dirty there, mate.
Oh, sorry, Trent. Oh, sorry. Okay, Trent in. Fuck that.
And can I ask how Thiago got on that list?
I don't know. I just recency bias. I just love him. Yeah, okay. Trent in, Thiago out. That's for sure. Sorry, I forgot about Trent's existence there. I do apologize. I went too quick. I blew my load too quick.
I'd go 5 Jota, 4 Fabinho, 3 Trent. Actually, no, 2 Trent. Salah's number 1. I'm just thinking about my number 3. I think it's got to be Matip. So I go Salah, Trent, Matip, Fabinho, and Jota.
Yes. And Robertson doesn't get in, I don't think, in the overall.
I think you're muted, Craig.
No, I was just thinking.
Sorry,
I forgot about Trent there. Yeah, no, I'd be the same 5. I'd be the same as Chris.
So, but how weird is it doing that list, Chris, where I think you're right to have not put this man in, but to do a top 5 list with no Virgil van Dijk in it just feels wrong emotionally, doesn't it? But it is right.
He's been
probably
brilliant
right.
as well. I think if you put Matip in Van Dijk's position as being the established best defender in the world, and Van Dijk in Matip's position, you put Van Dijk there. I just think it's because it's so expected with Van Dijk that we don't see it as much. He's a lot less of an action defender and more of a thought defender nowadays. Of course, it was such a shame to miss our Oxlade-Chamberlain, but I think he just about finishes 6th for me.
A football. I'm looking through the comments to see if anybody's put a number 1 that isn't Mohamed Salah, a serious one. It was a difficult conversation to have. It was, because I felt like we were doing somebody dirty every time we left somebody out.
Salah's 100%, right? Salah's 100%.
Yeah, Salah's number 1. He have to be.
And number 2, I think, is 100% Trent. Now that I think 2 is 100% Trent, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to give away the video, so I'm not going to.
Right. Sorry, you can't. Okay, right. Okay. Let me just do mine again because I'm sorry. Okay, so number 1, Salah. Number 2, Trent. For me, number 3 is Fabinho. Number 4, Matip. Number 5, Jota. Oh, did I say Van Dijk? Oh, this is hard. No.
So there's no Hendo. There's no Henderson in this conversation anywhere then?
No. I think he was a bit inconsistent at the start of the season, but he's coming to it for
he had a few bad games. That's interesting, Craig.
No, not even a mention of Mane from anyone, not even a show.
No.
So that shows
again the same thing. He's had very good moments, but not been consistent throughout.
Yeah.
No mention of Alisson. Nothing to say
again,
there. No.
Very good moments, but not been consistent throughout.
He's had a few bad moments too. It's a high ceiling, though. It's to get into the top 5 performance at Liverpool in our current level. It's no disgrace to not be in it. It's a very elite group, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting to see where people's minds went.
Henderson's in that top 5. I'm questioning things.
In our one,
yeah.
No, he's not.
Okay, good. I was wondering. He's definitely not in the top 5.
Yeah, no, actually, strangely, myself and James didn't really battle too much on it. There was a couple about what position somebody should be in, but other than that, it was fairly straightforward. We did another one about the possible replacements for Jurgen Klopp as well, which was interesting.
Possible. Interesting. I wonder who that could be. There's only one man.
Look, the obvious one is Steven Gerrard, but the dream team, the wet dream for me, would be Gerrard with Linders as his assistant. That would be rather tasty for me, because we've got to look at continuity as well with the group as you move forward.
But Gerrard, is it Michael Beale that's his kind of him and Gary Mack? But isn't it Michael Beale that is really Gerrard's brain? He'll definitely be a part. Gerrard, the thing about Gerrard is he has such a marvelous backroom team, and he's he really has it down. But yeah, Pep Linders being a part of that. Yeah, I like that. Not to spoil the video, but I'm sure you go into much more depth.
Oh yeah, we speak about loads of other options, and one of the options, of course, being we're all just assuming Klopp leaves.
Yeah, cheeky 1-year extension.
I hope not. By the way, I want Klopp to stay there until he's physically incapable of being there anymore. I think, Look,
actually, I think that, but then I also think he's picked the perfect time to leave there, because if you think about it, Wenger probably stayed 5 years too long, and that's what I hate to see, is if Jurgen decided to hang on to something because he's so emotionally attached to it. Like, just let go at the right time. Think of what's best for the football club. You know what I'm saying?
And also on Shea's comment, he says Gerrard's not proved himself near enough yet. Of course, I agree. At this very moment, absolutely not. But I'm just thinking of the trajectory Gerrard's going to go, and I think by 2024 he will have done, because I don't doubt the man in any sense, and I think he's going to do a great job for Villa. We're going to beat Villa in the Champions League final in 2024, and then winner gets Liverpool basically. So actually,
winner gets Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
On this one though, to go back to your point, Chris, about Klopp, it's weird because I want him to be able to build his second team, and I want to see this second team, and that's why I was so disappointed in the summer when we didn't really do much more business, because at what point does this evolution take place?
I think it's already happening.
He can't leave the current group for the next till 2024 and then have another manager come in and build a team. I mean,
it's true.
It's a difficult one.
In terms of personnel, I think you're right. But I think in terms of style of play, we're already seeing this new Jurgen Klopp Liverpool. The way that Trent's evolved himself into what is this absolutely, I don't even know what to describe him as a position. It's not a fullback for sure. We've got a goal scorer in Jota. We've got Salah who's staying wide and then coming in, and Mane just darting past plays. It is a new Liverpool this season that we are seeing. Maybe you'd have prepared for it somewhat more last season, but look, I do think it's happening. Maybe not with the personnel, but with the style, definitely.
Interesting. Look, we will leave it there. You guys are both on with me tomorrow on the build-up show, actually, to the game against Leicester, which will be on YouTube, but the watch-along will be on Twitch. The only game we're doing over there, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. But look, gents, as always, thank you for your time. Chris, thank you for being a good sport, as always, my man.
There won't be anything in that tomorrow, for sure.
Izzy will be somewhere waiting to be serenaded now with Fairy Tale of New York.
I hope not. She's gone to her back home today to Bristol, so she'll be missing me, but I'm sure she'll watch the clips to make sure.
She'll be missing me. I thought he was about to say I'm missing her already. God, no, she'll be missing me.
Her,
he ain't no simp.
I am a simp.
Fair. He's basically one step away from going. Yeah, the unverified misses. She'll miss me.
She's not verified on Twitter, so
I don't know how to call her human. I've gone around Chris telling everybody, by the way, there's a Sports Illustrated article about me.
That's true. See,
it's technically true.
It is true.
There you go.
100%.
It's technically true, yeah. So there you go. Do have a read of that article, by the way. It gives a little insight into some aspects of the channel that maybe people didn't know. Because I didn't even know the story about how Connor came to, be involved. I thought I knew it, but I didn't. There you go.
Yeah, it was good.
Look,
brilliant interview.
See you, gents, tomorrow. Don't forget manscaped.com, 20% off and free shipping with a discount code WFM20. And as Paddy can confirm, the new fragrance is top notch from Manscaped. So,
as verified by Mammy Murphy, by the way, and as we say, an Irish mother seal of approval, it's the best a man can get. But we're not Gillette, we're Manscaped, so get your balls intact. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Irish mammies are always right, always.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.